Hello there, lads and ladies. Welcome back finally to another tattoo story time. Been way too long, really, but I just wanted to come and talk about the new tattoo I got. This was like after 4 or so months after the dreadful infection I had on my left arm, and then I ended up getting strep, and then it led to scarlet fever. I was having some issues with it, really, whether or not, mentally, whether or not to get another tattoo, because I didn't know if it was to do with the tattoo artists or with the way I was dealing with things, basically. Because at the time I was using Sanoderm, which is basically second skin. The problem is with second skin, it can work for some people as long as you don't like wear it for longer than 3 days. I think that's what I was doing, and it kind of screwed me up on those two occasions, because on the first time I used it for my right arm, it was because of the injury I had on it, and for this one it was because there was a cut, like there was a open area in there on the Sanoderm, and of course if I left it on for so long, bacteria can spread in there and all that stuff. So when I did my leg, I actually used cling film. I removed that, cleaned it, and then put on another cling film, and then the next day I maybe wore it for like half a day, and then for the rest of the healing process I left it off, basically, and just kept it moisturized and cleaned and stuff like that. It was one of the best ways of healing it, really. It was just funny how I went through all those tattoos, and it was like the penultimate last two that finally got infected in a certain sense, and then finally I'm back to like having a decent healing process. Well, it wasn't really plain sailing because there was some redness around it. There might have been a small little infection, but that was easily taken care of because of my immune system. But anyway, let me show you the tattoo. It's of my boy Deefa. Obviously you've seen this one of him. That's how he looks now. As you can see, I've had him in blue. He's a representation of my Patronus in a certain sense, from Harry Potter. I thought I'd have him in blue since he's passed on. He's now basically my Patronus charm animal, basically. You know how they always say, like, Patronus charms and they change throughout their lives, kind of like how Snape's changed when he was in love with Lily, basically. This is the same thing here with me, really. I kind of wanted to get one of him in this form because he was my best friend, he was one of my family members, really, so I kind of wanted to get that across. And the black background, I would have liked to have had it kind of like in the resurrection stone sort of shape, but the problem with it is that it would have been too narrow to get him in, basically. It would have gone much bigger, and I didn't want to go too big because when you get it on the inside thigh, that shit stings. I'm not quite done with it yet because these white little areas here that are blank, I actually need to get those in blue. So all of these white areas around the tattoo are going to be put in the same colour of blue, what the lighter blue that Deefa's fur is here, basically. And I actually quite like how they've given him whites in his eyes. It kind of makes that like spirit look pop in a certain sense. It makes you think, oh, this is like a spectral animal in a certain sense. So yeah, that's my boy Deefa. I finally managed to get a more updated picture of him. I'm going to move this up a little bit, the camera fell over. Oh, so, yeah, that's that really with that tattoo. I don't really have much of a story to tell about him from what I've already told you guys. He's just my boy. He's my family member. He's basically everything to me, really. So I'm just glad that I'm able to get that. Once I sort it out, once I get the outlining of it done, I might probably do a short of it. I might probably do my first short, show that tattoo when it's finally done and completed and fully done in blue, basically. It'll make it look much better. I thought I'd quickly update you all on why I haven't really been doing the camera work and all that. The thing I'm recording on doesn't really record, at the time when I was doing the Rugby Six Nations, I only had 2 matches left to go, but for some reason it wasn't recording past 10 minutes. So I'm just really pushing my luck really with this, just to hope and see if it actually records or not. So if it cuts out, you understand what happened. But yeah, it's just a shame. But to be fair, the last 2 games were kind of mediocre, so I'm kind of glad that I didn't record it, basically. But overall, I've been doing all right. I've been keeping up with my swimming basically. Not much else has changed really, apart from the fact that I've been watching Brighton much more closely this season. They've been fantastic. Like, honestly, the week before, not this win against Chelsea, but the loss against Tottenham Hotspur, I'm surprised the officiators even managed to keep their job after that. That was very surprising how Brighton lost that game due to the fact that Brighton easily scored 4 goals over Tottenham's 2. But again, officiating, they basically said that Karim Matoma's handball couldn't even be considered a shoulder ball because it hit above the sleeve. Anything above the sleeve is not considered a handball, so I don't know what they were going wrong with that. Although the Lewis Dunk handball was definitely true. I don't know if it was Lewis Dunk who handballed it because someone kicked the ball into the goal and then it came off of someone's hand. I think it was either Danny Welbeck's arm or it was Lewis Dunk's arm. I'm not so sure. But yeah, that was a handball. That was fair. But then there was one where Matoma's foot got stamped on and that should have been a penalty. So at least that should have been a chance for Brighton to at least get 3 goals. So kind of unfair, really, with that match. But that happens in some games, We try not to set our minds on it and we just move on. Which Roberto De Zerbi has been doing beautifully. Honestly, ever since he's come to the club, it's been a godsend. He's been an absolute godsend to our club, and I'm so happy he's, here to bestow his wisdoms upon us, and how lucky we are really to have him, and how lucky to have the fantastic talent of all of the club members, basically, from Dunk to Matoma to Danny Welbeck to Julio and all the other young talents that are coming through, and all the old veterans that have stayed there, basically. We've got the FA Cup on Sunday, that's tomorrow. I can't wait to watch that. I might probably do a short of it, I'm not so sure. I'll probably see if I can catch it on the telly and see if I can record it for you guys. I don't have 90 minutes worth of recording software for that, but at least maybe I can catch those last ditch moments or something, I just can't wait for it. It's going to be great. If we can beat Man U, we're going to have a tough final because I know Man City is going to beat Sheffield. I mean, I don't know, Sheffield could pull a banger because they have been good this season, Sheffield, but against Man City, they've been really meticulous. Man City have been nearly unstoppable in a certain sense, so we'll be very lucky if we can beat them. But first we have to focus on Man United, so yeah, I'm going to be looking forward to that. So, with that, lads and ladies, also a little update on Digimon Survive and Dead by Daylight. After the next episode of Digimon Survive should be the final one. It should be the ending for you guys to enjoy. I've actually enjoyed recording it, but I didn't want to continue it on for the true end. I mean, I've played through all 4 routes basically. I've even done the true end. The true end was definitely the best one, but I feel kind of robbed due to the fact that they should have allowed you to have the choice of doing the truth route from the beginning rather than having you go for it again after you've completed the game once, because it kind of feels like you've taken the shock factor out of it in a certain sense. I don't know. I just feel like it was kind of a robbing situation for you not to be able to save certain characters in that game. So it was kind of a slap in the face in a certain sense, So I didn't bother with another playthrough of that because it's just I'll probably put an image of what it would have looked like at the ending screen if we would have gotten the truth route. But yeah, we'll see. With Dead by Daylight, I'll probably put up maybe 4 or 5 more episodes, and then I'm actually going to retire Dead by Daylight from this channel from now on. I feel like over 100 episodes is enough, it's become repetitive. I just feel like Dead by Daylight has run its course, and I feel like the developers of the thing that they've made is just, it's not what it used to be in a certain sense. I feel like you get so many people that play it and then leave, then come back, then leave. There's some, I'm not saying that the community is toxic, but there are some individuals in it that really are unsavory in a certain sense, and I kind of want to back away from a community like that in a certain sense. Again, not that everyone in that community is bad. I've met some wonderful people in that community, and I've met some lovely people, but then again, you meet hackers, you meet racists and all that stuff, and it's just not a healthy mindseted community to put yourself through in a certain sense. So I will probably be stepping back from Dead by Daylight from now on, basically. You know, I think it's had its time in the sun, and I think it's now time for it to move on. Which is a good thing, really, because when next month comes around the corner on the 5th of May, I will hopefully play Hogwarts Legacy finally for after so long on the PS4. There might be some performance issues, so you might not see any gameplay of it until later on when there's an update for it. Although I have heard news that there is a new Quidditch game in the making, Quidditch Champions, I believe it's called. Honestly, I've been wanting to get the World Cup of Quidditch on this channel for God knows how long, but I can't find my PS2. I have the game for it, I have the disc upstairs, but I just can't find my PS2. And I really need to have the opportunity to play that game because it was such a fun game. And I'm hoping that Quidditch Champions will probably do that for us, especially after that they couldn't promise Quidditch in Hogwarts Legacy. I feel like that was probably one of the only letdowns that the game really did for us, really, as Pottermore fans, you know, as like Wizarding World fans in a certain sense. So yeah, it would be nice to give that a go as well, really. So May should be the month for like a little bit of Hogwarts Legacy enjoyment, you know, to be able to relive my childhood again, basically, you know. I can't wait for that. It's going to be great. But then again, I've also got the Quidditch game coming through, and then after that, I don't know what I'm going to do, you know, probably sort out my tattoo, and then we'll see from there, really. But yeah, I'm just cannot wait for May to come around the corner. I'm like a little kid on Christmas again, you know. I really wanted the month to come quickly. I can't wait to play it, you know. But yeah, with that, lads and ladies, I thank you all ever so much for watching, and yeah, I hope you like the new tattoo, and I'll keep you posted tomorrow on what's going on with the FA Cup. I'll probably do a small little recording, or maybe short, I don't know, but yeah. Come on, Brighton. Good luck, boys. So anyway, with that, lads and ladies, thank you all ever so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you on whatever I next do around here. Take care, my friends.